Welcome back. Well, no, just welcome to a special edition of Quinn's TV. With me today I have
Fergus Crawley
and
Adam Bishop.
You could smile a little bit.
I'm smiling.
Okay, shall we go again?
No, I'm good.
And this is
Adam Bishop.
Oh, so intense. And today we're going to talk about the Movember Foundation and Harlequins Foundation and what's coming up this November. Fergus, nice to meet you, mate. Just talk us through what you're going to be attempting to do.
So, my 23rd birthday, 12th of December this year, I'll be attempting the Guinness World Record for the most weight squatted in 24 hours, which involves squatting 460,000 kilos, and I plan to do that with 7,666 reps at 60 kilos.
Damn, you're a patient man.
Are you having a laugh?
Not yet. Maybe afterwards.
Wow.
Where'd you start with that? Adam,
Yeah.
did you know that the combined weight of the Harlequin squad is 4,000 kilograms?
Is that what we say that your weights are in the program? So yeah, that sounds a big number.
Okay, and if that's the case, how many times is Fergus going to squat the Harlequin squad?
Jesus, that's some quick maths. I'm going to guess at about 77.
Have you looked at my sheet?
Not at all, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just really quick at maths.
It's 77 times, you're right.
Wow, that's
Congratulations,
amazing.
you got that right.
Wow.
Well done. Thank you, nailed that one. The biggest question I have for you is why? Because this, on the face of it, sounds absolutely crazy, and it can't just be because you want to get in the Guinness Book of Records.
It's not, funnily enough.
So why have you
well
chosen
produced.
the Movember Foundation and the Quinn's Foundation?
So, Movember and just society in general recently, I think, has had much more of an emphasis on mental health. And Movember's mission statement is to stop men dying too young. And in 2016, I was almost one of the men that died too young as I tried to take my own life due to an overall lack of fulfillment coming from different aspects of my life. But the one thing that sort of kept me stable throughout a sustained period of depression for about a year and a half leading up to the attempt itself was powerlifting in the gym. It was the only thing I looked forward to. It was the only thing that got me out of bed, the only thing that I could focus my time on and actually see some sort of progress. Because I've always wanted to see self-development, upward curve, and just know that I'm improving day by day. And the only way I could do that at the time, or felt like I was doing that, was through lifting itself. Obviously, I learned a lot from getting to the stage that I did, and the main thing being was that I was an idiot for not saying anything to anyone, because I thought people's expectations of me and my expectations of myself were undermined by me doing what I did, and the fact that I was even depressed made me disappointed in myself. So I just compounded myself emotionally to the point where I actually tried to take my own life. But I know for a fact if I'd spoken to other people, even just said a word to anyone, it would have been the first step towards actually improving that and getting that out of my head. So funnily enough, the first words I said out loud were to a dog. So I could go on walks with him, and it was almost like a bit of psychoanalysis for myself. I was talking to Odie, French bulldog, and just saying things out loud that I'd never thought I could. And saying it enough times made me realise I could actually join the dots about what was irrational, what was rational, how I'd got to where I'd got, and then I could eventually explain it to my family, which was not as liberating as I thought it would be. But that came when I'd spoken to my family, then I started speaking to my friends, because obviously my family were all there for support, and I know they would have been to start with, but as soon as I actually became completely open with it and just literally a man of more words to everyone, I just felt completely liberated from the experience, and as if I'd made huge steps towards recovery. So I'm doing this to basically take myself into hell in the hope that it inspires some men to get themselves out, because words are the one thing that I had access to and chose not to use. Talking saves lives, and ultimately it saved mine. Thankfully thankfully I didn't succeed with my attempt, but I've learned from that if I'd spoken to someone, I wouldn't have even got to that stage. And far too many men around the world every year take their own lives because they don't have the courage to talk. And I'm just hoping that what I'm doing can give men the courage to talk, because the pain that I'm going through and the fact that I've gone through it myself and come out the other side and learn from my experience, I'm hoping that is enough to make people at least think about talking to someone, even if it's to a mirror, even if it's just saying the words out loud, writing it down, whatever it is. The first step is to acknowledge and really understand what's going on, so that you can open up and talk about it to improve, because there's far too many men in the UK that, 500,000 men every year take their own lives, and the disparity is terrible. It's 75% of men, and that comes down to the stigma and the sort of societal prerequisites that you just need to be tough. But being tough is having the courage to talk to someone. So I don't want to tell everyone to toughen up, because that's the wrong thing to say, but the courage that you need to be the man that we all want you to be, because people will always care about you. You can be a brother, you can be a husband, you can be a son, whatever you are. There's people that care about you in some part of life, and even if you think there's not, there always will be. So words are the main thing. It's as simple as that. Just be a man of more words, because talking saves lives.
I'm absolutely blown away. Genuinely, absolutely blown away. Listening to every single word you've just come out with there, incredible. And hopefully that people watching this, even before your attempt, hearing you speak like that, will be inspired to actually be like, no, I am going through a bit of trouble, and yeah, I could do with a helping hand.
I hope so.
Hugely powerful.
Yeah.
And let's get right behind you, mate, especially on that day, because you're going to need a lot of help for those 24 hours.
I am.
Support Fergus in his
24 hours of power! Adam Bishop! Fergus Crawley!
You can find details here.
Yeah.